Hey guys, it's Peter R, and today I'm going to be reviewing my Lunarbomb deck. Alright, well, I got this deck a while back, and today I decided to review it. So Lunarbomb is basically a pretty new company, but they definitely made it a huge hit on the fingerboarding scene. The owner is, I think, an ex-engineer or something along those lines, some high-tech job. So he definitely knows what he's doing when it comes to making decks, ramps, rails, trucks, you know it. Lunarbomb decks are only $8, believe it or not, and this is a great price for this deck, for the deck in this type of caliber. If you can get your hands on this deck, I advise you to, because it's just a great thing to invest in. $8, that's barely anything compared to decks nowadays, which can range up to even $30 at retail and $100 for a pre on eBay. It's quite a ridiculous price, and the owner of Lunarbomb, Mike, he's trying to fix up the scene a little, try to get decks out there for lower prices so more people can get a hold of them, which is what everyone really wants. They just want more people joining the scene. So let's talk about shipping for a little. This deck, I placed an order through an email. He basically made a post on FFI, and he said to send an email to this email address, and then I did, and luckily I got there in time. He responded pretty quick, and then in that email he gave me his PayPal address, and I paid right away. He was easy to talk to, no hassle whatsoever, and he sent out directly the next day after. He's a legit guy. Shipping only takes 3 days, if I recall, something like that short, and it arrived in a bubble mailer. It was packaged nicely. It wasn't just packaged in a little bag. It was basically, I don't know how to describe it, but it was held onto a piece of paper. The decks were there were two holes in the piece of paper, and the kicks were placed inside that. So just the bottom ply of the deck was facing towards you, and on that piece of paper there was like Lunarbomb graphics, and it said the width and length, which is really cool. So basically, shipping, purchasing, packaging, everything was perfect about it with Lunarbomb. Nothing went wrong whatsoever. Well, when I took the deck out of its little holding thing, I read on it that it was 98 millimeters by 20 millimeters wide, and I remeasured it, and it was exactly that same width. This is basically the perfect width for any board, so you have nothing to worry about there. And to be honest, my eyes nearly popped out when I saw it. It had a great bottom ply. It's an exotic ply called Paldoa, and then it had a maple, black, maple, then walnut top. The bottom ply kind of looks like walnut, but truly it's not. And all the other plies were really nice. The black ply was really dark and rich, and it was just great. The lacquer was amazing. It wasn't. It was like the best lacquer I've ever seen on any deck, to be honest. Definitely more than a Berlin Wood or any type of deck if you think that has the best lacquer, because this definitely has it. Um, the lacquer layers weren't thick at all, but somehow it shined like profusely and a lot, and it slid on a surface really well. You like when you shine in a light, it's crazy how shiny it is. The craftsmanship of the deck was basically perfect. Tails were all perfect, perfectly crafted, no defects noticeable whatsoever. It's possibly the best craftsmanship I've ever seen on a deck ever, and I was really surprised expecting this for an $8 deck. The holes were all dead on, and they were all sanded and taken care of very well. There were no wood chips or anything. The countersinks were perfect, no wood chips out of that, and along with the kingpins. The shape was nice. It had a really realistic shape, except the kick of the heights were a bit higher. It sort of resembles the combination of a BW wide steep. It basically has a medium kick height and a low concave deepness. So basically, first impressions were kick ass. It was truly an amazing looking deck, like a work of art for an $8 for it being priced at $8. But unfortunately, as much as I wanted to like the deck, I couldn't. To be honest, I wasn't happy with the performance at all. I thought it would perform as well as it looks, but this wasn't the case. Yeah, you could land like a simple ollie and shove it, but like kickflips with this deck are a hassle, along with any trick for that matter. when I just simply cannot get my finger to get to the corner of the kick for some reason and flick the deck to make it perform this flip. I just basically pop and my fingers go right over for some reason. It could possibly be that I'm not used to the deck, but I probably used this deck for 3 days when I first got it, and I could barely flick a kickflip. Nollie and switch are alright though, but not as good as I would have liked it. It could still perform nollie flips and switch flips and stuff like that. I don't really know why it doesn't perform well. It could just be that, as I said before, I'm not used to the shape, but it resembles a Berlinwood wide steep, and I use those all the time, and I basically do fine with those. And there's nothing wrong with the pop whatsoever. It's really crisp and defined, and I really don't know what happened with the performance. Maybe I'll try to give it a go someday in the future. I don't know. So basically, for an $8 deck, it's a work of art. I mean, usually if you have any other $8 deck, they are usually horrific. This deck isn't like that at all. It's just that I can't get used to it. The counter, like, nothing's wrong with it except for the performance. Like, if you look at it, you'll basically flip out. Unfortunately, though, they're really hard to come by, and when they're in stock, they go out rapidly fast. I was lucky to get my hands on one when the time came. But if you do get an opportunity to pick up, do not hesitate. Like, what do you have to waste? It's an $8 deck, and if you can't perform it, just sell it on eBay or trade it away. You just get another deck that's really great, because everyone knows that these are definitely they could definitely be sold for more than $8, probably around $20 or so. They're perfectly crafted. They could even go as high as Berlin Woods if the owner wanted to do that. Well, that's all I have for you today. The link of Lunarbomb will be in the description. He also sells rails, trucks, grip, which is some pretty sick stuff. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed the review, and later, guys.